What's up, everyone? So this is review number 2 from Vincent's box. Today I'm going to do the UBSC, or the Unknown Brain Strain Cross. I'm really looking forward to this. This is what I wanted to do yesterday, but I selected the Sepia Serpent based on its longevity. It was a thinner skin pod, so it's not going to last as long. But this one's definitely much much thicker, beefier, and it should definitely it feels like it was just picked. So I mean, it's even in the stem you can tell that this thing is still nice and ripe. So perfect time to do a review. Really looking forward to doing this one. So let me cut this thing open, give it a sniff, and then I'll take some pictures and be back for the review. A lot of oil. Oh man, it's definitely got a strong odor. Wow, that bad boy's got like, oh man. I hope I can get this in the picture, but it's like yellow oil droplets on that thing. Wow. Alright, if this one doesn't blow me away, something's wrong with me. Because this thing looks ridiculous. God, it's got like tons of little yellow droplets of oil. Wow. Oh. Yeah, this one's going to be nice and hot. Holy tinkle. Alright, so let me take a couple pictures, and I'll be back to review this one. Okay, so I snapped a picture or two. This thing is just pretty wicked. I cut out most of the seeds. I didn't want to disturb the placenta too much. There's a couple more seeds underneath there. I don't want to rip out any placenta, because I really want to get the full effect of this thing. So, high seed count, medium to high seed count. Not as much as the sepia yesterday, but definitely I would say probably in this pod we're looking at 40 plus. So, oh man, this thing is just full of oil. It's definitely gonna hurt. Alright. Oh, let me get my timer real quick. So we can know my camera cuts off at 10 minutes of filming. So I have to restart it, so there we go. Thick, crunchy. God, I'd say a mild, I'd say like a mild citrus flavor. Give me a second, cheese. It's warm. Starting to build up. Really attacking the sides of the tongue. Tip of, or the front of the lips. It's got a wicked tongue burn to it. It's got those needly, prickly. I just licked a freaking hedgehog. It's got some throat burn to it. But definitely more mouth. Oh God. Still building. Under the tongue, tip of the mouth, or tip of the tongue. Wow, it's just like relentless on the bottom of my tongue. Nose is starting to run. Not quite panic mode yet. Back of the tongue. Oh man. Really hitting the mouth. Lips burn. Oh God. This thing's enough. Definitely doesn't disappoint in the heat level, or in the heat department. hotter. Almost take my breath away. It's hard to open my eyes. I am outside. The sun's really blaring down. Jesus. Almost like a numbness on my tongue. Really, really heavy heat on the tongue. Hitting me more. Up there with what I'm expecting. Alright, switching more to like a body high. Fingers, outside extremities, so outside of my fingers, outside of my legs. Hitting me hard. Shit, man. This one's hot. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do this one outside. It was pouring 11 minutes ago out here. And everything just kind of glazed over. Oh, God. Really hot. Oh, God. I'd say this one is the first one of the season to really break into tier 1 heat. Not the hottest I've ever tried. Jonah's still up there hotter. Jonah kind of made me question what the hell I was doing. But we're looking at 5 minutes in. God. 5 minutes in, I think that the heat's starting to peak. Really reacting more. The endorphins starting to hit me now. Oh, tongue's kind of dying down a little bit. It's hard to see. I wish I would have my glasses. It's really hot. Alright, I'm going to cut for a minute or two. Grab my sunglasses because I kind of want to talk for a minute. I don't want to be just squinty-eyed for the rest of it. So, on the downward slope of this heat, really hot, so give me a second, I'll be back. Okay, so I took another couple minute break. I got a new camera, or I'm using my old camera, my DSLR. However, it only records in 10-minute time chunks because the sensor sensitive, and it's like so the camera doesn't overheat. And since the sun's coming out now, it beats down on the camera gets warm, the sensor shuts off, so I had to let it sit for a couple minutes in the garage, which is okay because this one, like, it's been probably about 15 minutes or so, and I can still feel the heat on my tip of my lips and on my tongue. I have a crazy theory before I get into the actual UBSC and a little bit on that one. Drinking immediately after a pod can possibly lead to stomach pain. I usually don't like immediately go for something, but after I got up and I was waiting for the camera to cool down, I grabbed some water and I took a nice big sip, and immediately I started to feel it in my stomach. So I cut that off for like the next 10 minutes or so, and nothing happened. And the same thing happened a couple nights ago when I had the peach, the Jay's Peach Scorpion. I grabbed a swig of my beer after I finished the review, and it was like immediately it like started to hit my stomach, and I stopped. And I think maybe it just pushes things down, moves things around a little bit. So I think I'm gonna hold off for at least 10 or 15 minutes after I eat a pod, or after the review ends or so, before I start to grab something to drink. Just maybe that's a way to avoid cat cramps. And I'm also like using T-Mother's elixir or some variation thereof. Like I had a glass of milk. I half a banana with peanut butter before I ate this one. I knew this one was going to be hot, so I really wanted to prep properly. I did the same thing last night. But anyways, so the UBSC, the Unknown Brain Strain Cross, really, really cool pepper. I'm not 100% sure, and I like to try to bring as much background to you guys as I can. This one just doesn't have a whole lot. I'm not 100% sure who initially discovered it. I want to say Big Cedar or Brandon was the initial find selector, identifier, or what, or whatever. It could have been Silver Surfer, one of the two, because I know both of them had seeds for it. The funny thing about this one is I got a nice package from Brandon when I got back from last deployment, and it had a bunch of seeds in it, like a bunch of crazy stuff. And one of them, it just said UBSC, red hot, and I was like, I don't really know what this is. And so for my practice run of plants, I didn't even plant it. And then a couple weeks later, I was looking through the grow logs, and Silver Surfer had the UBSC growing, and I was like, "Hey man, what's that?" And he said, "Unknown Brain Strain Cross." All I know is that it's ridiculous. Or he had a little piece of placenta, and he said it was super hot. So I went back to look through the seeds, and well, I don't even know how I missed it, but there was like half of a dried pod in the bag. So I took a little bite, and I was like, "Damn man, I should have planted this one." So really disappointed I didn't plant it, because that would have been a good one to have, but it's definitely going to get a spot in my garden next year, especially after uh, the way it just hit me. I haven't been hit like that this season yet. It's I would say tier 1 heat, tier 2 flavor, and from what I've seen, tier 2 vigor and production. Now Silver Surfer, or I think Greg has got them, and Vincent, if you have anything to counter that as far as production and vigor, let me know. But the reason it would hold me back from going to tier 1 is just the fact that it is unstable. So it's kind of a hit or miss. The ones that I've seen, I like the pod shape that I had just had, so I'm going to save those seeds, and I'm also have some from Brandon, so I will plant those, isolate, and select from there, and try to stabilize for a pod shape similar to that, elongated, thick-walled, full of oil. So we're going to go with that. Very, very good pepper. Had a really good taste, flavor, sauce-worthy, powder-worthy. It'd be good just, pickling and throwing on some pizza. Or, you know what, I'm making pizza tonight. That's probably what I'm going to do with the other half of this pod. So I will get to try it firsthand on some food later on this evening. But it's definitely a keeper. I really enjoyed it. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch. Vincent, thanks. Tomorrow, I'm not really sure. So I told you guys what I had yesterday. Post a comment below if you really want to see something. And we'll see if I can bust that out next. So appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them, and then see you guys later.